Welcome back to the Realistic Cattle Ranch Challenge on Sunshine Forest. I'm BP, and it's time to get to work. It's a sunny day in May, guys. I am running around collecting the slurry, and eventually we'll get the trailer hooked up and get a load of manure that's eventually going to have to end up going up to the BGA. But just want to get all this stuff collected first thing in the morning, get that all set up. I did get the cows all fed and watered and taken care of, but I did not do the shift because if you remember from last episode, this is the first shift in almost a year that we're going to have cows coming out of the breeding barn. So I wanted to bring you guys along for the shift today and just get the entire process out in the episode so we could all be part of it and just sort of see how it works now and what we're up to and everything else. Man, this trailer is proving hard to back up. Let's be better. How about that, huh? So there we go. That'll work. All right, connect it up to the dump trailer as well. I think we're gonna go get manure from the manure heap behind the birthing barn. We really have enough in about all of our manure heaps to fill up. It doesn't really matter which one we use. I just try to alternate so they don't get too full. They have a huge capacity, each manure heap, so it's not like it's going to go anywhere or we're going to run out or anything, but just like to try to keep it balanced whenever possible. So there we go. Got our 45,000 liters of manure. We're up to 33,000 liters of slurry, and we still have to hit Teen Town, which doesn't usually produce a whole lot, which isn't a big deal, but still collect it all the same. So let's swing in here. Yeah, just 2,000 liters basically. And we will get the TLX parked up over on the road out of the farm, out the drive, so we can take that up at a later time. I did already collect the milk for the day. We got just under 15,000 liters, which was really, I think it's the most we've ever gotten. So a great milk pickup for us. Continue to get more and more every day. And as you guys see, $299,960 starting the month of May. So we are starting to make some real money here. We're going to have a wheat harvest coming up. We're going to have cheese and buffalo mozzarella to sell. We are going to be in good shape. So the shift, this is how I do it. I start over in the birthing barn because that's where I pull the cows and the calves out of first, because everywhere else we go, we potentially have to drop off some animals. So I start out, and as we discussed a couple episodes ago, we don't move calves until they're 2 months old. Now, what I have figured out is that the calves are in age order. So once you get one that's 2 months, everything after it is 2 months. So that's a little trick if you're moving a bunch of animals, because the animal management is a huge part of the realistic livestock mod. All right, we do have one cow with no suitable animal, 0 and 0 months on the bulls, no big deal. 1 month, 1 month, 1 month, and we're back into animals. So recovering, no suitable animal, no suitable animal, no suitable animal. All right, so going down to the bulls, we expect to have some bulls because we didn't have any cows. Oh, we didn't. It is surprising. Didn't have any calves, female calves to move, but that's not a big deal. Recovering, no suitable animal, no suitable animal. Now, what's interesting is not all the cows that need to be moved over to the breeding pen because they need a suitable male are in order in the list here. So you have to go through each one of those individually to make sure you're getting all of the correct animals. So 2 months, so we know what both of those are going to be. No suitable animal, no suitable animal. Perfect. Water buffalo. Okay. Couple more. Wow, got a lot of water buffalo to move. That is good news. Covering 1 month, and then we have a couple with 2 months. So, C for move selected. 25 animals were moving out of the birthing barn today. So that is crazy. We're down to 50 animals in here. Let's just take a peek. Yep, there. Let's see if we put this down. Do we get the notification? There we go. Yeah, so we're out of 50 out of 100, which is good. Part of the reason we opted to keep the pregnant cows over in the breeding barn until they were 9 months was specifically so that we weren't filling up that barn. So, sorry, I got distracted there. From here, we go over to the calf igloos, and today, guys, I got to tell you, we are probably going to have a problem at the igloos because I don't think we're going to have enough space. I think we are going to be short on space for these, because all these calves, none of these are ready to move. I think we picked up 6 or 7 calves pretty easily out of the birthing barns. So let's see again, no adolescent animals ready to move. We'll check again here. Nope, none there. And we know from last episode we have 1 spot left over here. So if there aren't any to move, we may be stuck. Oh, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, guys. We got 5 animals out of that pen, which is excellent news. And we can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 animals right in there. You know, this might, sometimes it just works out. We'll have to see. Not sure that's going to be the case today, but we got 1 out of here. Move selected. When we do get full like this, what I do is I move some bulls straight to the bull pen. So we'll move 1 in here. That should put us back up at 5. It does. All right, anything over here that is ready to be moved? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. How about any animals in here ready to move? Nope, but we do have 1 open spot. So if we come down here, we'll skip the bull, we'll skip the bull. We'll get this guy moved over. All right, and that leaves us with the 1 water buffalo calf. Yes, we have 1. So are there any bulls in here? Yeah, so there are 2 water buffalo bulls. We'll pull those out, because the bulls can go directly into the bullpen. Like to have them here for a little bit if we can, just to let them get a little bigger in size before they go in with the rest of the bulls. But, you know, desperate times call for desperate measures, and we are there in regards to getting these animals where they need to be. So, heading over to Teen Town, we jump in here and we look for any adult animals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 animals, guys, that are ready to come out of Teen Town. That is very, very cool. Now, animals going into Teen Town. Let's take a look here. Now, let's see. Did I do this backwards? Yeah, I sure did. I moved all of the adults out of the trailer, so that's not going to work. So that's why we had so many. I was going to say that was a crazy number of adult animals. So let's see. We moved 13, so we'll have to move 13 back plus whatever was in here. So let's come down here and move selected 12 animals. So that doesn't even make any sense. Come back. What animals did we miss? There's 13. All right, so we didn't actually have any animals to move. That's fine. From the trailer, what teen animals do we have that are ready to go into Teen Town? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are all ready to go in. We'll get those moved. Move selected. Excellent. So now any adults would have come out of Teen Town. Any teens from the calf pens would go in, head over to the bull pen. Here's where we dispense of our extra bulls, the ones that don't fit in the calf huts. So anything that is a bull on this list goes into this pen. So lots of water buffalo bulls. Hopefully, some of those are of high quality. Let's take a quick peek and just see water buffalo bulls. Oh, extremely high, extremely high, extremely high, very high. That's good. That one's decent. Okay. Okay, yeah. This top one is definitely going to be a good breeder for us down the road. So that is excellent. So now we should have collected all the adult animals, dispersed all of the calves, and moved all the teens. Now the only thing left on the herdsman stick should be any animals that are too old that we need to get rid of. And remember, after last episode, we're looking 49 months or higher. And I didn't look at that when we grabbed the animals, so we just got to go through real quick and check and see. Good news, no animals aging out of the farm this month. We get to put everything back in and have more calves. So that is exciting. So we take all these animals that are ready to be bred and put them into the breeding pen. And for the very first time in almost a year, we get to move animals out of this pen. So select all, move to husbandry. Okay, cancel, go back. Let's see, move selected. There we go. 13 animals getting moved to husbandry. That is very, very cool. Lots of pregnant animals coming up. Now, we're looking for any of the animals that are at a reproduction rate of 90%. Those are the ones we want to move. So here's 1, 2, 3. These might, oh no, they're not quite in order. Maybe they were going to be in order and we'd be able to just select all of them. But I will go through and find all the ones that are at 90%. And the reason we move them at 90%, if you guys remember from our previous episode, which again was quite a while ago, we are running TMR in the birthing barn, and feeding the cows TMR when they're not producing milk does not give us any additional benefit. And it's just a labor-intensive, ingredient-intensive food. It's not a real big deal, but it does save us time and money if we're not feeding that to all the animals. Making hay is so much easier. Cut the field, ted it, row it, and then just pick it up, and away you go. With the TMR, you have to mix all the ingredients and everything else. So from an efficiency and cost standpoint, we're just not feeding the animals TMR until we know they're just about to give birth. Obviously, we could keep some of those cows on TMR a little bit longer for the month or two they produce milk over here in the breeding barn, but it just isn't worth feeding all of the animals TMR. So that is why we decided to do it this way. We are getting close to the bottom of the list. Lots of animals that are 90% pregnant. So move selected. 16 animals. That is exciting news. Take these lovely ladies over here to the breeding barn, get them put in, and let them give birth in a nice, comfortable barn with a great set of food and lots of straw bedding. Their calves are nice and safe inside, so they can be comfortable. So coming in here, grab this, select all, move selected, all 16 animals, and that should leave us with 66 animals in this pen. Yep, we had 50 and we now have 66. So reproduction rate 0 to 90%. That is really, really good and exciting stuff. We'll leave the herdsman stick back over here. And that, guys, is the animal shift. That's what I do most episodes before you guys join me, is get all that done and get the animals taken care of. So we have 104 cows in the breeding barn, 66 over in the birthing barns. That puts us at 170. 5 calves per igloo or per hut times 8 is another 40. So that's 200 animals right there. We have, let's take a look, 22 in Teen Town, so we're at 222. And over here in the bullpen, we have another 25. So we are at 247 animals as we approach our 300 animal goal, which I suspect we will surpass. I'm not sure we need to buy more animals, but it might be worth taking a look and seeing how all of that works. So while we're running around, let's run up to the cabin and see what happened overnight. I don't suspect there'll be any changes to what we can see, but we do need to figure out what needs to be brought up here for... Oh my goodness, guys. That was not a setup, I promise. I really didn't think it was going to go up another level. Look at this. The cabin is... Oh, we can't get in yet. Is there a door we can open? Is it invisible? Oh, I snuck in. Don't tell anybody. And look at this. This is going to be very, very cool. Lots of rooms. Wow, this place is huge. These will be the stairs up to the second floor. Yeah, this is the back porch. Question is, can we get out now that we got in? Let's take a quick peek and see if we can't sneak out. May have to jump out and figure all that out. Let's see. Nope, nope, jumping's not working. We may be stuck on the second floor. This may have been a great idea that turned into not such a great idea. Let's see. See if we can make it work. Oh, oh, no, no. Okay, back through here. How about over? I'd love to get over that. All right, well, we got ourselves stuck, but what we need is 3 wood beams. So let's, there we go, we cheated our way out. Run over to the sawmill. Check out what we need for 3 wood beams. I don't think I left the sawmill running last episode after we got what we needed out of it. So let me... Oh, 6 wood beams. Okay, well, that, that is adequate for what we need. I agree that will work. So let's run up to the BGA real quick and get the slurry and manure dropped off. I have a couple of projects around the farm I want to work on today. And then really it's about it. The grass is not ready to grow yet. The pH on this field, I didn't bother putting lime down on this one. It was pretty close. I did lime the big grass field, the JCB. Again, that tractor just absolutely eats up field work like it was meant to do it, which it was. So super pleased with that purchase and that addition to the farm. But while we're up here, I wonder if we should find some sort of small trailer to run equipment up to the cabin, because using the TLX and the step deck is a huge piece of equipment and just not really the right size to be running small loads of equipment up there. I haven't looked in the sale yet today, so we'll have to see if something popped up there. Did find a roller I'm interested in, so don't need to buy that today per se. We could if it's in the sale, but I found something I liked. Looks nice, a little different than some of the rollers I'm used to using. And if it doesn't come up in the sale between now and when the wheat gets harvested and replanted, we will just buy it then, because obviously we're starting to accumulate some money and a roller will not be beyond our financial means. So beyond that, I don't know what other equipment we really need on the farm. I do debate getting a bigger mower, just to make shorter work of the grass fields. The Bednar Batwing really works well. Don't have any complaints about it, so I'm not sure it's really worth replacing. But, you know, if Krone Big X came up for sale and, you know, we're just big-time ranchers doing a lot of hay and grass work, you know, maybe. We'll see what happens there, but I don't really think there's a whole lot else that I want to buy for this ranch. We are The equipment we have is working well. I guess, as I mentioned last episode, we could look at a bigger, better, higher capacity trailer for the manure, because technically we could be selling, or I'm sorry, we could be dropping off, you know, 100,000 liters of manure every month, because that's the capacity of the BGA, and right now we're not even filling up half of the manure, and we don't seem to be running out of manure at the farm, so I don't think that's going to be a big deal. So we could look at that, but I really like the bumper pull trailer because it hooks to the back of our tanker and we can bring everything up in one trip. Could obviously get a semi-truck with a dolly or a semi-trailer with a dolly. Just one more thing to hook up, one more pivot point. Can't back up really at all with that kind of setup. Really like the setup we have minus the capacity. I did check, this trailer does not have a hitch on the back. I debated just actually buying a second trailer like this and hooking it right to the back, but that's not going to be an option. So, heading over, let's check out the sale. Just see what we're going to end up with over here. Okay, did we get anything in the sale overnight? 2 more items. The Land Roller and the 50-foot deck, spray deck trailer. I think this is essentially the trailer we already have, but with a bunch of other attachments on it, so that is not of much interest. The Land Roller, I mean, that's a great price on it, but that thing is 27.7 meters, or 275 horsepower. We don't need anything that big. That is just silliness. So let's come down and look at flatbed trailers, see if there's anything. You know what we could use, guys? I bet we could use our bale trailer. Let's just look and see what else we have, but I'm thinking the bale trailer is going to be the best option. This actually, what the Load King flatbed trailer. Oh, that's from the Peat Moss. Look at the deck on that thing, guys. Holy goodness. I don't even know what that's for. It's amazing. Would not fit on any normal road and farm sim. That is absolute craziness. Oh yeah, because the little connector, look, design 1, design 2, not having that, but having these huge flaps on either side, that's what's going to make the difference. That's absolute craziness. I do sort of like this lizard low bed trailer to pull with our international. This could be quite the little trailer. I mean, this might be a nice stretcher poles. I guess that's for logging. Definitely don't want that. Front wall. No, I don't dislike that. Ladder. That little tiny ladder on the front corner, this thing is $300. I mean, guys, that doesn't reach anywhere. That doesn't even make any sense. Toolbox, yeah, $200. Don't need that. Warning signs. We live in a rural area. People will figure it out. Design. Let's see. Olive green. Not bad looking, but too much of it is metal. Maybe like a light blue. Yeah, not a big fan of that either. Orange? Orange is not a bad color. We all know what's going to happen with the rim color. There's only really one set of rim colors. I don't really mind the orange at all. It's not a bad looking color. Do have cream. That's actually a clean looking trailer because that matches with the wood. It's a nice blend. Yeah, I sort of like that. So, okay. So we have $400 for the front wall. I think that's worth it. I like the look. And then we have, $150 for the rim color. That's, okay. Not a big deal. We'll live with that. Okay, so I think maybe we grab this and try to use this to take our equipment up to the barn. Help get that done. I did not figure out what happened to the shop, I guess I should say. Didn't figure out what happened to the forklift, the pallet fork that was here for the telehandler. So, maybe give me 1 second and we'll get that problem resolved. I'll go talk to the guys at the shop real quick. I'll be right back. Well, guys, we couldn't find the old pallet forks, but we found this new set. They're even deeper than the other ones. I'm excited to use them. Did pick up one other little exciting add-on to the purchase today. The new Karcher dual-wield wand power washer. I was told that a responsible farmer keeps their equipment clean, and since we're in year 3 and haven't washed a single piece of equipment ever, thought maybe it was time to get that. So let's go ahead and put the power washer into the new trailer. Maybe give it a little nudge over and get it. Oh, don't tip over. Oh, like a pro. There we go. All right, so now the next order of business is going to be to get the straps on the power washer. So let's run this back, get it connected, throw the straps on real quick. Excellent, excellent. Coming back over. Thinking the balance point is going to be right around this tire right here. I do wonder, do these pallet forks adjust? I feel like maybe they do. Oh, we're tipping it. All right. Have the pallet forks connected. Have the trailer. Oh, we are tippy. Trying to get it so it is at least a little bit easy to unload back at the farm. Try to get it nose out. Alright, let's see how this... Oh, we can go a little further on this way. Will it slide in the rest of the way? Don't think so. Well, I believe I made the comment last episode about, you know, the right trailer for the right job, and today we have the wrong trailer for the wrong job, but as usual, it fits, it ships, we'll get it home. So glad we have a new set of pallet forks for our shop telehandler here. Don't want anyone criticizing me for leaving that with the tines up where someone could, you know, casually walk by and impale themselves. We don't want that for sure. So, straps, I mean, yeah, seems like those are grabbed on. Not a big deal either way. Run this stuff back. We got a couple of small projects to do back at the farm. Want to get a couple of things set up. So we'll get that done, get this stuff unloaded, and that'll probably be about it for May. June will be an interesting month. We'll have grass to cut, so we'll be making a little bit more silage, probably some more hay. Just keeping the farm moving. You know, now that we are expecting to have cattle from the breeding barn making their way back into the birthing barn, we'll have to manage the cattle population in that barn with only 150 cattle or 150 head capacity on the birthing barn. We could potentially get that thing filled up if we're moving, you know, 15 to 20 animals a month in there, plus they're giving birth, and you know, that would be, so if you put 15 in, they have at least 15 babies. Some have 2 babies, maybe even 3. So you could have 15 to 20 animals added to that, and that would add up to 150 fairly quick. So we'll have to just keep an eye on our animal population, not to mention that our calf huts are already at their capacity. So have to keep track of all of that as well. So let's see here real quick. If we release the straps on the dump trailer, which for some reason is now related to the tarp being closed. I'm not sure that the hitch for the International is going to be quite that high. It may take a little coercion to get it out of there. but we can certainly give it a chance. See if it'll come out the easy way. Oh, I forgot this is... Okay, there we go. Now let's get rid of the trailer. There we go. Get that done. Get the door closed. I had forgotten the International has some unique IC controls or door controls. So, is our hitch high enough to catch this if we back up? I'm going to go with no, guys. That is just a bit too high. So, we have a couple of options. Option one, the easiest, fastest option is to see if we drive away with the TLX, if we can get that to disconnect. The other option, you know what? I have a creative solution. Let's see what we can do here. So give me just 1 second. All right, let's dump the trailer. We'll be right back for it, I promise. We'll take the tanker back to its home because we just got to get that out of the way. It's too much going on with the tanker still attached, trying to get the trailer out of the trailer. So, here we go. Drop that off. Run back and grab the triaxle. And I was going to try to just drive away and have it fall out, but I have what I think is potentially an even better idea. So, swing through here, stay out of our wheat field. The last thing we want to do is drive in our wheat field and take out some of our crop, because we are definitely getting later in the seasons here and could definitely do some crop destruction. So, squeezing through here. I don't think we can make that turn. We'll have to swing in this way. I think we'll use our ramp again, guys. We've had quite a bit of use on this ramp. I threw it in as sort of a ploy. It was fun, but didn't think we'd get a ton out of it. But it has proven to be an absolute necessity for several of these projects. All right, let's get straightened out here now that we're in a better angle. Kick our trailer over. Got to work through the trees here just a little bit. Here we go. Okay. So, does the ramp come to save the day? These are the fun little things you get to do in Farm Sim. Could find lots of other ways to solve this problem, but let's solve it using the ramp today. So, International, here we come. Don't mind turning on the grass field, not a big deal. Okay, so, snaking up through here. Like I said, we may have to put a little access gravel road into our ramp if we're going to be using this much. Does this get the hitch high enough? It does. Man, oh man, guys. Plan is coming together. Alright, so now our Karcher dual wand cleaning power machine of destiny is here. We will release the straps, lower the ramps, turn off the truck, and let's get up here and see what this thing is about. Okay. Ooh, it moves quickly. Man, that is nice. Now, you may notice it has some weird attachments on the side. I got the one that has the 3-point attachment. So you can put this on a tractor, and you can use it. You can move it around with the tractor. So let's go ahead and disconnect there. What is the first thing we should wash? I'm guessing it's probably the International. We haven't washed this truck since we got it, so it's probably reasonable to give this thing a quick wash. So let's check out the dual wand Karcher power washer cleaning machine. And let's see, I'm not even sure how all this works. I assume at a minimum we need to have it turned on. Let's turn on the old help menu. Alright, so we disconnect, come over here. Take the lances, look at that, dual wielding, guys. Spray will use X. And it says in the manual, cleans twice as fast as a standard single wand cleaning machine, which obviously no one would ever want to buy ever again after having access to a dual wand. Look at this thing go. Can't say the International looks that much better. Certainly a little bit less dirt, but the patina is still there. What is the range on this thing? And the range is incredible, guys. Look, I'm all the way over here. I'm not even getting a warning yet. A normal power washer, this would be donezo. Okay, I mean, let's... Okay, if you're going to challenge me, I'll find something dirty. Okay, here we go. Here is the dirtiest piece of equipment on the farm. The Massey skid steer. Man, did that thing clean. It cleaned up fast, too, guys. That was insane how fast this thing cleans. This is a really cool little mod. Get the bale forks. I mean, okay, we finally found the range. I can't reach our Fort manure spreader, but that is super cool. Really liking the new power washer. So that'll live there. We will get some of our equipment cleaned up. Let's run over and grab those beams with a much more reasonable sized trailer. And then we will get on to our last little project of the day and call it an episode. So, oh, that is, I did say crop destruction was going to happen on the wheat, didn't I? And then I drove in the wheat, guys. That was not a smart move. Okay, let's just stay away from the wheat. Obviously can't be trusted. All right, here we are. Man, look at that. Trailer works well. The beams look they were designed to go on here. It's like the perfect combination, trailer and production. Oh, we are tippy, though. Does not want to go fast and be balanced. Maybe we have too much weight in front of the wheels. Could certainly be the problem. So let's take the International up our new gravel drive to the cabin where we will drop off our supplies. Nice and easy through the yard. All right. So, coming up this way, this is the way I wanted to drive to. We want to go right through the trees. Look like we have a cabin in the woods. Give us a little bit of space from everything else. We come up here. Let's drop the straps. Okay. You guys know what that sound is. That means we are on to the next stage. So that is stage 4 of the cabin underway. Yeah. So we have some wood beams stored up. We have some planks stored up. Looks like we have one long plank stored up as well. Maybe getting that glitch where we're off by 1 liter, but again, not a big deal. I am so excited that we got the cabin, that the walls are coming up now. Hold on a second. We have all these dead trees in the woods by our dream cabin. We do not want to be looking out our window and looking at dead wood, so we're going to get rid of some of this dead wood real quick. This was not the small project. This is just something I noticed when we were right back here, and not interested in having that around. So, okay, that's done. Man, there's so much dead wood in this forest. I already cut a bunch out when we put the barn in, too. This stuff's just not really worth anything. You can dump it into the sawmill, but it's not worth driving it all the way over from here, all the way over to the other side. Okay, and there's another, I guess, 2 more dead trees over here. And here we are. Okay. Oh, and okay. One more. Touching the cabin. Maybe two. Don't look too hard, guys. You'll find dead wood everywhere in this forest. We'll spend the rest of the episode just doing this. This will be the last one, then we won't even look at it anymore. If we see any more, we'll ignore them until next time. So there we go. Can't ignore this one. This was the original one that was a problem. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Yeah. They all have branches on them. That's what we want. Okay, let's take the International back down. Wrap up with one more little farmyard project here before we head into June, where we got a bunch of mowing to do, prepping for the wheat harvest. We still have not used our New Holland harvester with the case header yet, so have to get that out in the field here soon. Excited for that as an addition to the farm. So here we are. We're down here. The little project here is twofold. I think we're going to extend this little shed here. So let's get our lime spreader pulled out of the way. And let's get the rock picker out of the way. I like this shed. Works really well. It's pretty deep, which I like. A lot of the sort of just coverall sheds like this are just not very deep. And for some of the longer equipment like the tedders and the wind rowers, that can be a bit of a problem. So first and foremost, hit this with a quick save so we're not having any issues later. Okay, just hit the right button. There we go. All right, step one is we want to put another shed in there. I think we really want to start with making sure the ground is level all the way across. So let's just come across here. Let's just extend this all the way out. Make sure we're not getting any lumps or bumps. I had a comment about just free mode placing stuff on this map, but as you can see, even right in here, right there, everything is on a slight hill. It's very slight. Love the terrain. Great for just enjoying the map and not having a flat map, which is fun but can get boring. But placing things, it is just tough to make that happen. So this one is it this shed? Is this the same? I think it is. No, that is way smaller. Not that one. Not that one. Okay. Those are all way too small. Looks similar, but clearly not the same shed. Got all of our little awnings. That is a pitched roof. Hey, here we go. Like to place everything with grid snapping, so if we want to do 2 of these, we can. Yeah, that's great. That doesn't really require any additional landscape money. Looks good. Cool. I like that. That was not the project we were doing. That was just sort of step 1 in making this whole area better. So let's go ahead and get all that cleaned up. Get that with a quick gravel patch. So we'll just come down here. And then I believe what we're going to need to do, and we'll do a little more landscaping here with the next step, but I think we need to just bring that through here. Okay, excellent. So the real project we're down here to do is to put a workshop in so that we can have our vehicles repaired. And guys, it is, along with having our vehicles cleaned, I think having a workshop is going to be fairly critically important. So I think we want to sort of put it just off over here where we have good access to it. We could put it on the end, but then you got to come all the way around. Thinking like right in here. Okay, so we'll hit that with a quick soften all the way around. Increase the brush size. Go back and grab some gravel again. And let's get this graveled in. And I think we want to have a little bit better access coming down here. So maybe clean this edge up. All right, not bad. We got a little bit of room to turn around down here. Very, very cool. I am excited about that. One last just big soften all the way around, get all of this stuff cleaned up. I like that we still have a spot for our baler over there. So let's grab the JCB, and as a prime example, we'll run over there and we'll do a quick repair on the JCB and the stone picker before we get them parked up. And then that, guys, is where we're going to call the episode. So let's see. Coming in here, I imagine the trigger's got to be right in front of this little workshop. Look at this thing. This thing is so cool. Is it over here at the workbench table? Okay, let's get the triggers turned on so we're not guessing. Nope, we must be parked in it. Alright, let's back it up. Oh yeah, there's the trigger. Is it over here? Like maybe we need to be like right here. Okay, cool. Okay, and then we come here. And nice. So we're going to repair the stone picker. Man, the paint condition on the JCB is bad, but we're going to get that repaired. Very cool. Loving the new workshop. And that is going to be it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for today. Don't forget to drop a like and turn on notifications for more videos. Channel memberships are available if you want to support my content further. And channel members do get early access to upcoming videos. That's all for today. I'll see you in the next one.